morning, Lobos. If you are watching this video, you have successfully made it through your first week of digital learning, and we are heading on to week 2. Just to give you guys a little bit of information about what this week is going to look like. Monday, all of your week 1 grades are due by 8 a.m. So for 8th grade, you should have had 12 points on Get More Math and a Microsoft form that you completed and pressed submit on. This week, we are still working on equations. You're gonna have a video lesson that Ms. Anderson filmed, Get More Math, and you're only gonna do 8 points of Get More Math. So when you are on Get More Math, up at the top in the little green bar, it will say points today and points this week. You just need to get it to 8 points today. Those questions will continue coming forever. It will let you solve 1,000 problems as long as you keep solving. But for Tuesday, I only need you to get 8 points. And then for your grade, after you do a little bit of practice, we have a 12 question quizzes. Just make sure that you are using your class code, not someone else's class code. That just makes it a little bit easier. Wednesday, I have office hours in the morning from 9 to 11. Remember that those office hours are kind of just a suggestion, a time that I can promise you that I'll be available. But I will do my best throughout this whole experience to get to answer your questions and be available as much as possible. Thursday, you're gonna have a short video from Khan Academy. You have a quizzes. I believe your quizzes is like 10 to 12 questions. And then your form is actually only 10 questions. I shortened it down. So your graded form is gonna be 10 questions. And then office hours again on Friday. After talking to several of you guys throughout this past week, there were a few vocab words that I wanted to highlight for you. I'm gonna try to move my iPad just so I can get those words as big as possible, because these are going to be words that are going to be used throughout your lessons probably for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So first up, you guys are solving different type of equations. 1-step equations. Today you're gonna go into 2-step, and then a few other different types of equations. And equations just means that things are the same, that they're equal, that there's some sort of equal sign in the middle, okay? That's something that you guys should be pretty familiar with. The videos a lot of times will talk about moving constants or relocating constants. A constant is a number without a variable. So looking at something like +5, +7, -2, any number that does not have a variable, does not have a letter, is a constant. And when we are solving equations, that's one of the very first things that I move, either by adding or subtracting. Another way is a constant is always something that's going to be plus this or minus this, never have a letter. Then we have our coefficients. Our coefficients are the numbers actually attached to my letter. So when I'm looking at 3x, that's saying 3 multiplied by x. And the way that we would undo that, or the inverse operation we would use for that, is dividing. So if it had 3x equals 9, then I could just take, let me get some paper. If we got it down to something like 3x equals 9, and I wanted to get just x by itself, we would do the inverse, or the opposite. Since 3 times x means to multiply, I would do the opposite of multiply, which is divide, to get my ultimate answer, x equals 3. And that brings me to that inverse operations. You're gonna hear the word inverse a lot. Inverse just means the opposite. The opposite of adding is subtracting. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. Hopefully that will kind of clear up any sort of confusion, or at least give you just a little more vocab base than what you had before you started. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Get started on these lessons. Remember that these days are just kind of a suggestion. If you want to do all of your math work on Tuesday and just kind of knock it out and be done with it, that's fine. But some of us need a little help with creating a schedule. So here is what a suggested schedule would look like. But if you are borrowing laptops or you're sharing or whatever, do whatever you have to do. Just know that all 3 of these things, so your video, your practice, and your grade, video, practice, and grade, are all due by the next Monday at 8 a.m. so you have a full week to knock them out, or whatever schedule works best for you. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I miss seeing your faces. I miss being at school. I miss getting out of this house. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Catch me up on what you're doing over your break. I want to hear about it. I want to see pictures of your pets. That's my absolute favorite. I look forward to hearing from you guys. See you soon.